Alright, we're live.
We are live. Alright, guys. Different setup. We're actually downstairs in our living room. We didn't want to do this in our pop room just because we're just exhausted.
Very tired.
So.
Trying to open up the app so that I can see the chat because we're going super low tech today.
Yeah, very low tech, very long. Yeah, very low tech, very long day.
There we are. Long day. Ooh, turn down the volume. You guys don't need to hear us.
So we're gonna wait till some people get in here so we can basically start our story from the beginning. There were some good parts of today, but you know.
There were some good parts, but mostly it is
pretty bad.
Pretty bad
today.
So, let's see if we can get some payables. Oh, we got two. Hi, guys. Hi, whoever
What's
you
going
are.
on, guys?
Said we just, yeah.
We're going to wait for some people to get in here so we can tell the entire story of Spooky Empire today and the entire dealings with Spooky Empire and Elvira's crew, people, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, the title says it all. Funko Fiasco. It was definitely a fiasco. Fiasco is an understatement. I think we'll try to do our best to keep this as clean as possible, but
I'm going to try to keep it as positive as possible. Mainly because I know stuff happens.
Yeah.
I know stuff happens, but it's also when stuff happens, how you deal with the fallout and how you deal with the situation. I think that's mainly what we had a problem with. It wasn't necessarily it wasn't the things that happened. It's the way that they were handled.
Yeah.
That really, got to change. Something's got to happen. I doubt anything's going to happen. They don't care, whatever.
Yeah.
So.
I hope the chat's working on my phone. And I don't
think
anybody's putting anything. If you guys...
we can't see the chat. If anybody can just put something, see if the chat's working.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that that's working fully. But, yeah. But, yeah, so I guess we can go ahead and get started. We got 3 people, it looks like. We'll just go ahead and get started, and that way it'll be up. It'll be reposted for later for anybody who wants to watch, not live.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to start this video with something a little positive.
Hi, Stephanie. We actually mailed your giveaway. I need to give you your tracking number.
So, one good thing that happened today that I was really excited about, I went and got the diamond orange bird from Disney Springs. He's a really cute guy. I mean, you could almost say he was an ad icon.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah, they used him as an advertisement, so he's an ad icon.
Yeah, so, I got him this morning at 8-something this morning. I went through there and got him.
Hey, Jenny.
So, that's a positive that happened today.
That's how the day started.
That's how my day started.
Brian got up earlier than I did. I worked late last night. I needed some extra sleep. I just could not drag myself out of bed to get to see, to go do the pop. So Brian said, I'll go get Orange Bird, go back to sleep. I'll wake you up when I get home, and then we'll go out to Spooky Empire.
So we got the Spooky Empire. The parking was a little strange. They had us basically parking around a little pond. They made a makeshift ramp to get over. It was
over a curve.
Yeah, it was crazy. But, that wasn't too bad. So we got there, I'd say about 10 o'clock.
They had a little shuttle, a little golf cart that came and brought us from our car to the
that was cool. That was cool.
That was nice, So we go and we get in line, and it's like, these are the line for if you already purchased your ticket, you're just waiting to pick up your bands.
Your will call.
Your will call line. So we're getting will call line, standing around. It starts to sprinkle. They move us. It stops sprinkling. They move us back.
Then it starts raining. They move us back again. And in this moving of us twice, we noticed people, because we counted it out roughly, we're about 130 or 40 people back, which we said, okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. You know, there's 1,500.
Limit 3 per person.
Limit 3 per person. There's 250 VIP passes. Now, mind you, most of those VIPs, they weren't there for Pops, guys.
They were there. There's an X-Files picture early this morning that it got you special access to X-Files stuff. That's what a lot of those VIP tickets sold out well before the Pop was ever announced.
Yes. So we said, okay, you know, we want to be in that sweet spot of being right under 500.
Right.
So we were like, all right, we're, you know, 130, 140. Cool.
We met really cool guys behind us, 2 dudes from South Carolina, a guy from Texas.
Yeah, they were really nice guys. So
we had a great time just talking to them, waiting in line.
So this, now when we went in and got our wristbands, this is where it all got muddled. So if you were getting a Pop, you got in a separate line than anyone else that was just general admission, just go in and do whatever. I said, okay, so the signal, and I saw, well, what makes, who's telling who's going where, because you could very well just skip all of us and just go straight to where the booth is. I guess they did a little okay with that.
Yeah, they handed us these red tickets, like these red, like, raffle-looking tickets. And they were like, oh, these are for whatever. They're not really for anything, but keep them. So we're like, oh.
Okay.
Why are you handing them to me? So we get our wristbands, we get inside, we walk, we start following the crowds. You can kind of tell where everybody's going. I kind of had an idea of where it was based on the map that I had looked at previously. So we walk, we get over there, and we get in the line. And they're like, all right.
You're here till 5 o'clock.
Yep. We're not handing out numbers. We're not handing out anything.
Tickets or nothing like that.
Keep an eye on the people in front of you. Keep an eye on the people behind you. Know where you're at. If you're going to go somewhere, let those people know. If we catch line jumpers,
they're gone.
They're gone. And everyone's like, yeah, woo!
Yeah, all right, awesome.
We have to stand here, but yay, policing the line.
Yay, for 5 hours, 4 hours, something like that. Look, I understand. The waiting around wasn't the problem. Kind of.
I mean, I wish that they would have done something so that we could go and enjoy all of the vendor booths and stuff that was happening.
I mean, that's what we paid for. You know, I didn't pay $35 to wait in a line to get a Pop. Now, I understand, that's what happens. But you very well could have done a stamp on the hand with a number. Could have handed out tickets. You could have done a bunch of different things to, one, have the 500 to 600 people waiting in that line go spend money at your convention that you had.
I wanted to spend money. I wanted to see if they had like cute necklaces or, you know, funky. I like skulls, cool skulls to add to the house. Anything. I could have spent so much money. So much money.
Okay, Robert, I'm going to get to that.
Yeah.
So, come 4 o'clock. I'd say 4. Okay, so 4 o'clock was when the VIPs were able to buy theirs. We've heard speculation. We heard all kinds of stuff all day. They only have 1,000. They only have 500. They've only got this many. Elvira gave out 1,000 to all of her friends, and they only have 500. And we heard all this stuff, and you know, you take it with a grain of salt because you were hearing all these stories when I walked outside to go vape or whatever at the end of the line, where there was. The lady there said there were 300 people. Where we were sitting at on the ticket numbers, we found we were number 165, and we were right at the front of the line, basically. So I said, okay, this is the front of the line, and we're 165. We're guaranteed, you know, we're guaranteed our Pops, not a big deal. But to tell me there's only 300 people in line, that corridor was really long.
Yeah. There
had to be at least another 100 to 200 people, and then another 100 people around the corner. You're not guaranteed anything, especially not with your VIPs.
Right.
So
it was just a big game of telephone. Everybody kept hearing rumors and kept passing it along, and the further it got down the line, and the more people talked about it, the crazier the stories got.
Oh, yeah.
you know, there's not going to be that many. They're not doing this. They're not doing that. And then finally, about what, 4 o'clock, they came out and made
No. First we heard, oh, she's releasing them on her website instead. Wow. Okay, this is news to us.
That was just somebody online.
Yeah. So here was the main problem, was that Elvira was in charge of the Funko Pops and everything. Just her camp, herself. Not
her people, yeah.
Her people, not the Spooky Empire people. The people that were running the show had no idea what she was doing.
Yeah, so they didn't have any information to give us.
They didn't talk to each other. Nothing was going on. So come 5 o'clock, they say, okay, the Pops aren't here. We don't have any Pops.
There are no Pops in house.
There are no Pops in house. UPS was late. They were supposed to be here Wednesday. We still haven't got them. And there are going to be no Pops today.
Everybody freaks out.
But we're going to give you a voucher. We're going to take your name, your address, give you a number.
How many Pops you bought.
And we're going to take your money. And if you can't attend the rest of the con to pick it up, we'll mail it to you.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there like, okay.
Yeah, I already had a ticket for Sunday because I was going to go back and get them autographed. So I was like, no big deal. I can either, they said they might be in late tonight, like 11:30, or you can come pick them up on the week, throughout the weekend. So I said, okay, well, we'll go get dinner. We'll come back at 11:30. If they're here, we'll get them. If not, I'll get them on Sunday when I come back.
Right. But basically, they're going to hold them for us.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, cool. So we're waiting in line, and
they pull a group of...
They pulled the 20. Yeah, they're letting 20 go in the room at a time. So the first group goes...
45 minutes later.
No, it was like 45 minutes to an hour later. They come out and they grab the second group. Another 30 to 40 minutes roll by. It's almost 7 o'clock at this point. One of her representatives comes out on a bullhorn. Says, hey, we have 250 Pops being sent here by a private jet. They're going to be here maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. But those are what the vouchers are for. And basically that UPS was late, and that they might get Pops tomorrow, but it's looking like they probably won't get them till Monday. And to basically goodbye.
Yeah, we're not selling any more vouchers to anybody else who has been here the entire day. The vouchers that we have sold to these 200 people or whatever, however many people,
250 people
that they sold to, that's it.
That's it. They're the only ones guaranteed Pops. The first, that's it. They basically said, yeah, we might have them, we might not. It might be on on her website later. We don't know. So other than that, the rest of you guys, bye-bye. No rain checks, no nothing.
So he puts down the blowhorn, he leaves, and he leaves the poor Spooky Empire employees there to just deal with. You guys know how crazy pop collectors are, especially people that are flipping, and a lot of those people were there to flip. It got a little crazy. People started pushing up to get towards the representatives to try to hear the information. So it's getting very crowded now. Yeah,
now you got a bunch of angry people that have been sitting in a hallway for the past 5 to 6 hours, not counting the 3 or 4 hours they were outside waiting in the heat.
Yeah.
We had we were barely able to leave the line to get water, food, use the restroom, nothing, because they basically said if you leave,
you're not guaranteed your spot back. So
at the end of the day, the Elvira's people basically left the Spooky Empire people holding the bag, and we had cops. We had a lot of cops in that hallway, because guess what, guys? They didn't search none of us.
Yep, that's when
for nothing.
That's when Brian and I started to get a little concerned. People started pushing up, and it started to get a little crowded, and it's getting to the point where you can't really move around. And Brian looks at me and goes, "They did not search our bags when we came in here." Because I brought food in. I brought in McDonald's. Like they didn't even ask us to open our bags, and I'm like,
no
great.
Metal detectors, no checking bags, no nothing.
And you have people dressed up in costumes that have weapons on them, so those could have all been real weapons for like. So I'm like, so you didn't search these people, so somebody could very easily have a knife or a gun or something. I'm now everybody's angry.
And now you're inciting them after sitting them in a hallway for 5 to 8 hours, telling them that they waited for absolutely nothing. And who was it, the Spooky Empire president or something like that?
Yeah, told everybody that they were
that we were stupid to be waiting around for a toy.
Yeah.
Now it might, once again, allegedly it might be out there on YouTube somewhere. I haven't personally looked it up yet, but if he did say it, I'll tell you what. The stupid people that wanted to buy your toys tripled the amount of people that we saw actually there.
Yeah.
Okay?
A lot of people bought tickets just to buy this pop.
Just to buy this pop. We literally probably had 600 to 700 people lining all the way around to the front entrance and all the way outside come 3-4 o'clock.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
For this stupid little toy that we all paid $35 plus $15 plus $16 parking to go.
Right.
You didn't sell anything probably before this pop was even announced. So telling us we're all dumb for being there. But here's my thing. You advertised on your website that the pops are going to be there Friday and Saturday. Okay? The way retail works, and this is a retail setting, you give out rain checks for people that are there because shipping happens. I understand that. Stuff doesn't show up on time.
I get that.
I get that. And you had vouchers. You were giving them out. But I guess you didn't want to be there all night, or you didn't want to promise pops that might not show up till Monday, and the Spooky Empire will already be over, and there's no way for us to get in touch with you after that to get our money. I can understand all that. I can. But the fact of the matter is that you could have at least tried to do it for the just in case they show up. If they don't show up, say, hey, here's a passcode to her website. We're going to sell them on there exclusive to you guys that weren't able to get them, that we gave our rain checks to. There were plenty of ways you could have handled the problem, but instead you came out in the middle of a crowd of 500 or 600 people and basically said,
screw you, go home.
Screw you, go home. Cops, get them out of here. I don't even...
Yeah, when it started getting really crowded, Brian and I decided that it would be better for us if we just went ahead and got out of there before anything got crazy, because you could tell the people were getting very heated. They were getting in the police face, and it's just, I didn't want to be a part of it when fists started flying or anybody started getting crazy. So we walked away. I found one of the ladies that was working. She was a very nice lady to us before, and went up to her, and everybody's asking her about the pops, and I said, Kay, I'm not going to ask you about the Elvira pop. I know pretty much everything I need to know about the Elvira pop. I said, but we did come here for one other reason. I said, Mick Foley is here signing autographs, and I just want to know where he is. She said, let me walk you there. So we went and grabbed Brian, and she personally walked us over to Mick Foley's booth. It was very, very nice of her. I very much appreciated that. So we actually got Mick Foley to sign the pop. That was, so it wasn't a total waste of a day. It was just a waste of most of a day. But we did get Mick Foley to sign the Mick Foley pop. So that was pretty. That was good.
It says, "Have a nice day, Mick Foley." That was awesome. I was really excited to get that. That was like, he was last minute ad, and I was like, oh, awesome. Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, it was nice. That was nice. I think we've calmed down a lot now. When we first were leaving.
Well, my thing. Okay, so they did give us wristbands for the rest of the weekend. They did. They gave us wristbands for the rest of the weekend, but it was told to us there was no guarantee the pops would even show up. So you could start lining up, because people were already lining up already.
People are lined up for tomorrow already.
Yep. When we were leaving, they went outside, started lining up already. And I said, you know what? I'm not doing this. This is an absolute fiasco. This is an absolute train wreck. I could see it that if these pops don't come in tomorrow and you've got people that have been there for 2 days straight,
probably not sledding much because you're sleeping outside.
Yep, sleeping outside. This is not going to go well. This is not worth it. This is not worth the time. This is not worth getting shot for or shivved or whatever. Because I already had a guy get in my face. I had a guy yelling at me because, he was, short story. his partner was basically standing in our line and kept bumping me and hitting me, and I kind of turned around and finally he just got all in my face, and I was like, look, man, we're all tired, we've all been here, you know, nothing was said, nothing was done, relax, we're all mad, we're all pissed off, it's been a long day, let's not make it worse,
right?
Because honestly, guys, it ain't worth it.
Yeah, with how bad tempers flared tonight, I would not want to be there tomorrow night if they tell a group of people that were there today again that there's no pops and that they're not doing anything. I would not want. I couldn't be there for that. It would be bad. I would be so upset that I would be afraid that I would overreact. I wouldn't want to do that again.
The whole, and look, guys, this is why we didn't put that out there that we were going, because we knew a lot of people were going to ask us for one. And this is the main reason why I didn't do it.
We started to put it out there that we were going, and we were talking to people, and the more and more we thought about it, we thought about what if we don't get it? What if we don't get it? What if
then I got to tell this story to four or five people. Oh, I couldn't get it, or oh, I can only get one, and you're not the one that I'm going to give it to, and this, that. Now, we both decided, you know what? At the end of the day, we're going to get 6, and we're going to go from there.
Yeah, we'll figure out. We know who messaged us before. We know who we had talked to about it.
Yes, we knew all of that. But the whole thing is, guys, at the beginning of it all, everybody's like, oh, I'll give you $55. Guys, it cost us over $130 just to go for one day to get one pop.
That we didn't even
that we didn't even get. And I got people telling me, oh, they give me $55. Look.
I was in line for like 10 hours.
Yeah.
It's not worth cost. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, and not only that, but you had to buy a second day's ticket to get it signed. So it's a whole fiasco. At the end of the day, we didn't get it. There were very few people that got it. Yeah. 250. So you slice that up into 3 people got it. Three per person. 3 per person.
Like less than 100 people.
Less than 100 people got it.
Today, yeah.
Today. Now,
God knows what happens in the future.
Speculation is, once again, this is speculation. Take it with a grain of salt.
Conspiracy theories.
No, well, this came from one of the spooky Empire representatives that she saw what the pop was selling for online, second market, pre-ordered, and she didn't appreciate that. That basically she was going to send enough to cover the VIPs, and that the rest were going to go on her website. And she was going to sell them for $100 a pop. Whether that's true or not, grain of salt.
We'll find out.
We'll find out sooner or later, because you know what? The pop's got to come up somewhere.
Yep. They'll come out of the woodwork somewhere. It'll show up at the con on the last day or tomorrow, or it'll show up on our website whenever. Who knows at this rate?
I mean, honestly, guys, we said, oh man, this is going to be our first con, which it was. Kind of, because this really wasn't a con. It was more of a horror. It was a horror. You know, they had makeup people there, and which we would have loved to have seen, a tattoo competition, they were tattooing people and everything else. That would have been cool. But after we got out of line, I got my pop sign. We went around to
a couple of
little booths, and I saw what they were charging for, regular pops, and I was like, you know what? I don't even want to look at a pop right now. I just want to go home. I just want to get something to eat. I'm tired. I'm cranky. I'm hot.
I'm mad.
I'm not mad. I was upset.
Yeah.
I was upset. So we went to the front desk. They gave us the blue wristbands. Wouldn't even comp our parking.
Yeah, literally. So, yeah, that's the best part. It's like, you did all this, like, whatever. Oh, yeah, and the parking paying machine is right over there, guys. What? You gonna give me free $15 parking?
I'm not blaming Elvira for what happened with UPS. I'm blaming them on how they handled the situation. Like, if you knew the pops weren't in-house at 11 o'clock in the morning...
Why didn't you tell us that?
Why didn't you tell us that? And, because, I'm sorry, there's tracking. There's tracking on every package. If the tracking says it's not going to be there till Saturday, or Sunday, or Monday, well, Monday, because Sunday they don't deliver. If you saw the tracking wasn't going to be there until Monday, and you had guys camping out at 3 a.m., you got to tell somebody. Be a little bit more transparent. I understand. You wanted their money. You already got their money. It doesn't matter whether we walked in the door or not. You got my $35. All I did was sit in a hallway for 5 hours. You could have come out at 1 o'clock when you knew that they weren't going to be delivered and said, hey, They're not going to be delivered today. This is what's going on. I guarantee you, I would have been more receptive to saying, okay.
At 1 o'clock when I
At
first
1 o'clock
got there.
when I got there, okay, you know what? I'll go enjoy the rest of the stuff going on.
Yeah, maybe I'll go sit in on a panel that I wasn't originally going to, or maybe I'll go just whatever. But instead, you had me sit there trapped
for 5 hours, and then you spring it on me last minute that you weren't going to give vouchers, that you said you were going to give vouchers, and now it's all in the air, and now just basically get out. It was, once again, I'm in no way saying this was her fault, this was their fault. I'm just saying the whole situation could have been handled a lot differently than it was.
Right. It left people with a lot of bad taste in their mouth, and it could have been.
And the Spooky Empire people said, never again. They said, we'll never have another exclusive pop here. We don't want it. We don't need it. This has been nothing but a headache.
Yeah, we've been doing this for 16 years. We've done just fine without selling pops. That's fine. You guys can.
We don't want it because, honestly, they said we only had 2 weeks to plan for it. 2 weeks. They said, she told us 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, they didn't have enough time to plan for it. I mean, they had tape on the floor for aisles.
For lines, yeah.
For lines. I mean, ridiculous. And not only that, but she had a photo op at 5:30.
I don't think she showed up till like 7.
And she didn't show up till like 7:30. So you had that line right next to us, merging with us at the same time. So they're getting mad that they've been waiting in line since 2, 3 o'clock for her photo.
And then she's late.
And then she's 2.5 hours late. And you got the pop people that have been sitting there for 8 or 9 hours. And now we're getting told that we're not going to get shit. I mean, that's just a recipe for something really bad to happen. Because I tell you what, when we went into the con, onto the floor, there might have been 100 people in there.
No.
Might have. Maybe 100, if at most.
Yeah. The thing is that if you guys, I mean, it's all over. I know a lot of you guys are on Facebook and you're in pop groups. It's all over like Funko Pops Anonymous and stuff like that. There's people that have the videos that have posted from inside the con halls. You can watch all of it. I'm sure people will post them to YouTube soon.
Sure.
It
left a bad taste in my mouth knowing that was the first experience you went to like that.
I know they won't all be like that.
I know, I understand that. But the whole thing is that, you know, when you go on your website and you tell people it's going to be there on Friday and Saturday, and then all of a sudden, last minute, they pull the rug out from underneath you, don't offer you a voucher, don't offer you a rain check, don't offer you anything other than hit the bricks, go outside, and wait all night, and we might have them tomorrow, but probably not. It's basically the vibe we got from them. They're probably not coming at all.
It's just too much.
And the crowd started yelling false advertisement, give me a voucher, which I guess in a way it was false advertisement. I mean, I guess in a way it was, because I don't think anywhere on the website it said, you know, this product might not be available because of shipping. Right. You know.
I don't know. Like I said, it was a major pain. I'm happy to be home. I'm happy that it's done. Like I said, we have weekend passes.
We're not going to go back.
I'm not going back.
I'm not going back. I got work. I got too much stuff to do. Today was a day. And guys, if you have Saturday passes and you're going,
good luck.
Good luck. All I can tell you is that there was about 20 people already standing outside waiting. And I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of people that went and said, oh, I'm going to grab something to eat. I'm going to grab something to drink. I'm going to go home, get a chair, and I'm going to come back.
Or whatever. And then
good luck to you. Because you know what, honestly,
it's not worth it.
I'm not doing it.
It's not worth it.
I'll be at Disney Springs tomorrow morning picking up Red Dress Girl, whatever the hell. Red from Pirates of the Caribbean. I'll go there at 8 o'clock in the morning and call it a day.
Yep.
I'll go to Disney Springs, pick up my pop, and come home. So,
sit around for a little while, watch some TV, and go to work. So, yeah, no, that's it, guys. Just kind of wanted to pop on, and
it was an interesting experience. Like I said, it wasn't a total loss. I did get my signed Mick Foley, which I'm very, very excited that I got him. But you know,
signed Mick Foley. We got Orange Bird today, so it wasn't a total loss.
It wasn't a total loss, but it's like I said, it really showed also the bad side of Funko collectors that they can be very hostile when they don't have to be, I guess. Because literally, I think we were the first ones to leave and said, all right, bye.
Yeah, everybody else was like, oh, if we just sit here and we just stay here, like, they can't do anything to us, we're being peaceful. And then some people weren't being peaceful, some people were being pains in the butts, and then that's, of course, when you get the popo called on you, and there were a lot of police there. Like, I am talking 50 cop cars.
Oh yeah, when we went outside, they knew to bring the thunder because, like I said, there was 600-700 people that were not happy.
Yeah.
And that's when we split. We said, you know what, this ain't worth it. I'm not getting shot, stabbed, whatever. I'm leaving.
I'm not getting trampled. I'm not.
Yeah, because these people were absolutely crazy, and that's what I didn't want to see. I mean, it just shows here in Orlando how really bad they really are. Like, I heard stories from the Hot Topic girls. People were spitting on them and bad-mouthing them and telling them to do their job and go get my panda pool pop and things like that. And, I mean, it's just, people are just horrible. Horrible.
We made sure that, one, I talked to the lady who helped us get to McFoley. I thanked her profusely. And then Brian, the woman who was out shouting all of the directions all day for us, she walked past us right at the end when we were going to Validator Park, and you could tell that she was defeated.
I pulled her aside, and I said,
"You did a good
Thank you for doing what you did today. You did the best you possibly could with the situation that was thrown at you last minute, and I really appreciate it." Yeah. Guys, it's not their fault. It's not Elvira's fault. It's nobody's fault, really. I mean, well, maybe UPS, but the whole thing is, it's the way you handle the situation is the way people leave either happy or mad.
And everybody left mad.
And everybody left mad except for the single, like, maybe 100, 200 people.
Yeah, they got vouchers. Everybody else left very angry. Very angry.
So, but, the ones that left angry, they're waiting outside.
Thankfully for us, we live here and it wasn't that big of a deal. There was a guy behind us who flew in from Houston. He's brand new to collecting. He had just started in, like, what do you say, August?
August.
This was going to be, like, his first big deal pop. Like, he was so excited. And that poor guy.
Yeah, he spent, like, $600 on a flight, a hotel room, Ubers, this, that, and the other. I mean, guys, you got to understand, this can happen, and it does happen.
But I felt so bad. Like,
I felt bad for him. And once again, it's another one of those, if you would have just given everyone vouchers like you did for the first 100 or so people, or at least up to your 1,500 limit, and then the rest of them be like, all right, we're sold out, that's 1,500. That would have been, I guarantee you the rest of the line would have taken that and be like, all right, I just missed out on it.
Yeah, I didn't get here soon enough, whatever. But
and I would have been happy with that.
Even if I missed it.
Even if I missed it. But don't tell me I was in the number that I would have gotten them.
But you didn't sell that many because...
But you didn't sell that many because they weren't guaranteed. I would have said, I don't care. Here's my address. Ship it to me. I'll pay you $10.
Yeah, I'll pay shipping.
$15,
I'll pay whatever shipping you want. I'm already here. I've already spent 9 hours here. I might as well get something for it. So... Yeah.
But anyway, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. We are working on a few other videos.
Yeah.
There can be some pretty cool stuff, and maybe we can do a live with some of our friends maybe one day soon.
Yeah, we've been playing. We've been putting the streams on for gaming just because it's been something new for us. We've got Black Ops. We've been having fun with it. So let us know if you guys are enjoying those videos. But we will keep you guys up to date on all the pop stuff too, of course.
Anything that comes up, guys, we'll let you know, especially the park exclusives. But guys, anyway, have a great rest of your Friday night. And that's about all I got. I'm tired. All right, guys, take it easy.
Woo! Wait, I gotta get the camera off.
You gotta press stop.
I know. I don't know where the stop button is. I can't see it because the phone's in the thing.
Sorry, guys.